You fill my soul with light. The day
Bulky exterior lacks grace from certain angles. Do you really want a Rolls-Royce SUV when the Ghost and Phantom sedans are still on offer? Like a fancy gift box from Garrard, the extravagant Cullinan SUV's exterior says as much about the owner as the contents inside that spoils them. Named after the largest rough-cut diamond of gem quality ever discovered, the Rolls-Royce Cullinan SUV is a rolling embodiment of its namesake legacy. Large, extravagant, and dizzyingly expensive, the Cullinan takes the traditional Rolls benchmarks: a curated selection of upholstery and trim materials, a whisper-quiet interior, a traditional Spirit of Ecstasy hood ornament, and a sky's-the-limit customization program, and applies them to a full-size SUV. A twin-turbo V-12 rated up to 592 horsepower resides under the hood, sending its output to an 8-speed transmission and standard all-wheel drive. Pampering the occupants takes precedence here, and that includes a spacious rear compartment with exquisitely padded seating to make the passengers, or in some cases, the owner, though Rolls-Royce tells us that is the exception rather than the rule these days, arrive as fresh as possible. Nearly twice as expensive as a Bentley Bentayga or a Mercedes Maybach GLS class, the Cullinan is also far more exclusive. For many buyers, that makes its price of entry a relative bargain. Rolls-Royce identifies the mild updates to the 2025 Cullinan by adding the E2 suffix to its name, but the changes are largely cosmetic and related to the user interface. The iconic Pantheon grille remains, but is now illuminated, and a new L-shaped LED strip flanks the rectangular headlamps. The front bumper is reworked with slanted air intakes, creating a V shape. The rear bumper gets a high-gloss black finish that contributes to an overall bolder look. Polished stainless steel elements around the exhaust and a brushed stainless steel protective plate finish the look. New 7-spoke 23-inch wheels are in place, each milled from a single billet of aluminum. There's also a new Emperador truffle finish intended to give off a subtle shimmer, created by infusing lacquer with glass particles. Inside, a full-width glass panel incorporating the instruments and infotainment touchscreen replaces the previous setup, and there's a new available rayon upholstery fabric crafted from bamboo called Duality Twill. The price of the 2025 Rolls-Royce Cullinan is expected to start around $392,000 and go up to $454,000, depending on the trim and options. If we were in a position to purchase a Cullinan, we wouldn't be too concerned about spreading around a little extra green to get things just right. That means we'd choose the crystal paint scheme, the gold-plated Spirit of Ecstasy hood ornament, and the electronic tow hitch. And we wouldn't pass up the opportunity to have the fabric above our heads display a fiber-optic starry night sky via the shooting star headliner. Finally, we'd add the rear privacy glass and side curtains to make the back row into a tranquil hideout. The Black Badge Edition is on hand for those looking for a slightly sinister blacked-out appearance, with a few additional exterior tweaks, including a more aggressive lower air intake, as well as the extensive use of carbon fiber interior trim bits. The Cullinan's twin-turbo 6.7-liter V12 provides 563 horsepower, 592 in the Black Badge model, and is whisper quiet lest it disturbs the VIPs in the cabin. All-wheel drive is standard, although we suspect buyers will never venture off the tarmac and risk damaging the paint. The Cullinan rides on an air suspension that receives information from a road-scanning camera and automatically adjusts the vehicle's height to compensate for imperfections in the pavement. Ride comfort is beyond the standards of regular luxury vehicles, as the Cullinan wafts down the road and transmits nothing unpleasant to the people inside. We've tested a Cullinan, and it hustled to 60 miles per hour in just 4.5 seconds. Impressive for a vehicle that weighs about 3 tons, V-12 powered or otherwise. On the other hand, these hypothetical buyers will be relieved to learn the Cullinan wears EPA fuel economy estimates of 12 miles per gallon city and 20 miles per gallon highway, which, remarkably, aren't the worst figures in the class. The V-12 powered Bentley Bentayga matches its 12 miles per gallon city figure, but can only eke out 17 miles per gallon on the highway. We ran the Cullinan on our 75 miles per hour highway fuel economy route, which is part of our extensive testing regimen, and it outperformed expectations, achieving 21 miles per gallon. The spacious cabin is lined with a laundry list of materials ostensibly culled from the homes of the British ruling class. Box grain leather, lamb's wool carpeting, beautiful wood trim, and milled aluminum accents. Nods to the current consumer climate include a new rayon fabric crafted from bamboo that is called Duality Twill, which is said to include 2.2 million stitches and up to 11 miles of thread, and a new open-pore, gray-stained ash wood trim option. The largest update is the new full-width glass panel that incorporates instruments and infotainment. The upholstery also gets a boost with new artistic patterns formed by the articulate managing of the perforations in the leather, as demonstrated by a pattern said to be inspired by the constantly changing shapes and shadows of the clouds at Rolls-Royce's HQ in Goodwood, England. Crucially, the liftgate configuration still allows for fitting the optional viewing suite, consisting of a pair of leather-wrapped seats and a small table that pops out of the floor. This is by far the most luxurious way to take in a polo match at the country estate. The equipment list is but a starting point, as Rolls will gladly indulge buyers' personalization requests. All it costs is money. New for 2025 is a full-width glass panel incorporating instruments, driver data, and infotainment into a single unit. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share, and also comment down below. Thank you.
Keeps me high.